Kia ora, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks very much for joining us. We've got a lot of weather to talk about over the next week and a half in the New Zealand area. And we start off with this giant area of high pressure, which is tracking parallel to the eastern coastline over the next day or two. Over the next week, that high drifts out to the east and expands into an absolutely enormous high pressure system, with the central air pressure getting very close to 1050 hectopascals. The record in New Zealand is about 1040. So this will be east of us. It won't probably break any records over land, but it will be a big system out to the east. And as it moves away, it pulls down this mild subtropical airflow, which is coming from near the Cook Islands, from near Tonga and from Fiji, and dropping it down across the country. That's just the beginning of the week. Later in the week, westerlies come in, and after that, low pressure comes in for both islands and really shakes up the wind flows. So let's take a look and see what's happening. Here is the Tuesday setup. The high moves further out to the east after sliding up the eastern side of the country over the weekend. By Tuesday, it's well out to the east, and it encourages that mild subtropical flow down across both islands. Then we've got the rain clouds, so you'll see showers at first, rain arrives later on, and there could be a couple of isolated heavy falls as that system moves in overnight. By Wednesday, the rain clouds are moving into the north but clearing behind it, and as we go away from the subtropical winds from around the Cook Islands, this airflow here, we shift to a nor'wester out of Queensland and out of New South Wales. So it won't be cold. We change back to nor'westers by Wednesday, with more rain and then clear spells behind it, and the eastern side of both islands will be driest, especially the South Island. On Thursday, get used to the westerlies. We were talking about this way back in July in our last climate update, saying in the third week of August, in come the spring-like westerlies, and that's certainly what we've got on Thursday. So we've got all that windy weather out here going around that giant high. We've got a second burst of windy weather, and this lot's just going around that low. 979 is the central air pressure. That's getting quite deep. So that's the reason why we're seeing a whole lot of windy weather. New Zealand's had a lot of high pressure around us over the last few months. So on Thursday, we'll start to get lower pressure finally coming through, but it'll be windy and a little wet along the western and northern areas later in the day, but it'll be mild as well in both islands. On Friday, now this is the beginning of our new belt of low pressure that's rolling on in. So we've had a lot of high pressure in this region for the last couple of months. Now it's low pressure rolling through. We've still got the windy westerlies in most places, west to northwest winds blowing through with rain or showers. So it's still fairly mild for this time of the year. And our final map for the weekend shows this large area of low pressure coming through, and because of the way all the different isobars are, the wind flows are going to change depending on the region you're in, but very generally you've got a northwesterly flow over the North Island and a west to southwest flow over the South Island. As that low moves through into the weekend and early next week, I think we're likely to get a setup where we have westerlies at the top and easterlies at the bottom, which could be quite a good setup. So we're getting into a very messy, unsettled weather pattern. That's quite normal at this time of the year, but certainly this week is going to lean warmer than average for most regions. We've got a bit of a cold weather tonight, still a few frosts around on Tuesday morning, but as we go through the week and weekend, you'll notice it's going to get windier as a result of all this low pressure starting to move in. That's all from me. For more information, please go to ruralweather.co.nz or go to our news section at Weather Watch.